Hi, I'm Bob Lowe. I'm President of the Canadian Cattlemen's Association, and welcome to this week's video update.
So Bob, do you have an update on the set-aside programs for Alberta and Saskatchewan?
Yes, we're working with the Alberta and Saskatchewan governments to finalize the way the set-aside program is going to work, and along with the provincial members, National Cattle Feeders Association, Canadian Meat Council, and other stakeholders, to make it a feasible program under today's environment to start working with 130,000 head of cattle that are currently backed up.
Bob, can you update us on the efforts underway on changes to agri-stability?
Yes, we're talking to both levels of government on the agri-stability program to enhance it so that it actually works for cattle producers. The reference margin limits are a deterrent to cow-calf producers, and the caps are a major deterrent to the feeding industry. We've also, coupled with the Alberta Cattle Feeders Association, hired Myers Norris Penny to do a study on how the current reference margin limits affect the cow-calf producers and how the caps are affecting the feeding sector. This study will help us in our negotiations with government to get these things changed. And on the topic of BRMs, we've seen how volatile the markets can be under the COVID-19 environment, and we definitely are not out of that yet. I know we think now is a really good time for producers to really take a look at their business risk management strategies. I know in our own case, we've made sure that we've insured all our calves for next fall. You have to look at the net amount, not the premium, not the cost of the premium. To us, to our way of thinking, it was just too big a risk to let our calves go wide open in this particular market. Thank you.
Hello, this is Brian Perillat with CanFax to provide your cattle market update. We're May 28th today and continue to see improvement across the marketplace. Packing plants in Western Canada continue to ramp up production. Many days operating at 75% or higher in some spots. Continue to be good for moving cattle through the supply chain. Eastern Canada continues to plug along, running still near full capacity. Working through their supplies, and even we're seeing cattle out of Western Canada being shipped to Guelph to fill some slaughter spots there. So certainly good for the supply chain to keep these cattle moving. Prices continue to strengthen here. We've actually got cattle prices in Ontario certainly at a premium to the west, and both Ontario and Alberta fed cattle prices above a year ago. Fed cattle prices in Alberta this week are in the low 150s. Again, somewhat on restricted volumes. Certainly there's a lot of cattle ready to go to market, but packing plants working with producers to lift the cattle that most need to be lifted, and hopefully continue to increase their production to pull these other cattle forward and work through the supplies. This is transferring across the supply chain as we're seeing prices of all cattle improve. Cows, pretty limited volumes, but again, prices well into the 80s and maybe even 90 cents in spots for cull cows. Calves, anything destined for grass, extremely strong demand there. Seeing 5 weights push well over 230, and even 7 weights now hitting $2 or a little more in spots. So extremely strong demand. Feeder cattle also improving. 8-weight steers that had been under a lot of pressure starting to seasonally strengthen. Now seeing some of them into the low 180s, obviously for the greener type fleshier cattle, certainly going to be back 10-15 cents on 8 weights. But again, overall much stronger prices than we've seen recently, and we continue to move forward in a positive marketplace as beef demand remains strong and cattle supplies continue to move.
Hi there, I'm Brady Stadnicki with the Canadian Cattlemen's Association. On May 26th, the Government of Canada announced an investment of up to $9.2 million to enhance the Youth Employment and Skills Program and fund up to 700 new positions for Canadian youth in the agriculture industry. The program will provide agriculture employers, including beef cattle producers, up to a 50% wage subsidy for hiring young Canadians to work on their farms, ranches, or feedlots. The maximum funding that can be received is $14,000. Indigenous applicants and those applicants hiring youth-facing barriers are also eligible for funding for up to 80% of their costs. Additionally, the program offers 100% of costs for relocation, up to a maximum of $5,000 if the employee must relocate for the position. Eligible youth for this program must be between the ages of 15 and 30 and must be a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident. Eligible employers include primary producers, food processors, and agriculture-related NGOs who can offer agriculture work experiences and skills to youth in Canada. Employers may apply for this funding retroactive to April 1st, 2020, and projects under this program must be completed by the end of March 2021. The Canadian Cattlemen's Association applauds Minister Bibeau and the federal government on this important program that will support the labour needs of Canadian agriculture producers and provides an excellent opportunity for youth to establish a career in food production. Applications are open now and there are limited spots available. Cattle producers interested in applying or learning more about the program can find details on and criteria on how to apply on the CCA website under COVID-19 Human Resources Farm Management section.
Hello everyone, my name is Geoff Larkin. I'm Vice President of the Young Cattlemen's Council and the Atlantic Representative. We just thought we'd take this moment to let you know what we've been up to the past few weeks. I got the opportunity to take place in a virtual fly-in with my local MPs, Sean Fraser and Cody Blois, and we were able to highlight some of the issues related to COVID and hopefully some solutions moving forward. One of those risk management tools would be an Eastern price insurance, and hopefully that's something that can take into effect soon. Myself and Evan Chafe had an opportunity to meet with the Director of Youth Policy and highlight what Young Cattlemen's Council is about and some real issues facing our industry. I also had the opportunity to take place in a media town hall with a couple other young producers across this country, and we were able to highlight some of the real issues facing us and hopefully solutions, and really more or less just an opportunity for us to get our message out. All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Kayla, Weston, and I'm the President of the Young Cattlemen's Council. Our council has been busy communicating the impacts that COVID-19 has had on the beef industry with the federal government as well as the public. Earlier this month, we sent a letter to the federal government emphasizing the importance of improving the livestock price insurance program. This program is very important for our young producers in the challenging times that we're facing with COVID-19 and the uncertainty in the markets. Our website has a new face, and we are looking forward to using that as a channel to sharing information with our young producers in the industry. You can check it out at youngcattlemanscouncil.com.